Top of the hour. Now, the news on Access Radio 88.8 FM.
On Access FM.
Hello, it's 6 o'clock. Welcome to Access Radio Evening News Bulletin. I'm Emmanuel Malis Richard. First, the top stories. Yei Civil Hospital begins Ebola case management training. Youth program launch in Yei to curb gang activity. And fuel pinch keeps Morobo schools unfinished. And now the news in details. Ebola preparedness efforts have been intensified in Yei River County as neighboring Democratic Republic of Congo continues to report cases. Health authorities confirmed Thursday. A preparedness pillar meeting convened by the county health department brought together surveillance officers, risk communications and community engagement experts, and infection prevention and control teams. County surveillance officer Bidal Martin represented updates showing the Democratic Republic of Congo has recorded 1,307 confirmed Ebola cases, 377 deaths, and 227 recoveries. Uganda has registered 20 confirmed cases, 2 deaths, and 15 recoveries, with 3 patients still receiving treatment. Commissioner of Yei River County Samuel Henry Malimbo chaired the meeting. He said the county's locations near the border with the Democratic Republic of Congo demand sustained alertness and closer coordinations between humanitarian agencies and county health authorities. Malimbo said that the county appreciates the commitment demonstrated by all partners in supporting preparedness activities. During discussion, Musoga Robert, County Health Director, said weekly coordinations meetings involving partners and county health authorities will continue to strengthen preparedness and information sharing. He appealed for financial support to broadcast Ebola awareness radio jingles aimed at improving public understanding of preventions and encouraging early reporting of suspected cases. A program to stop young people from joining criminal gangs is being expanded in Yei River County. The Reproductive Health Associations of South Sudan is carrying out the youth-focused work on education and empowerment. The group's officials met with the Commissioner of Yei River County, Honorable Samuel Henry Malimbo, on 2nd July 2026 to give details of their activities. Malimbo said the county administration is open to partnerships that add to the social and economic development of the area. He called on the organizations to make sure its help reaches all communities, naming Tore, Lasu, Otogo, Mugwo, and Yei Town Payam as key areas. The commissioner also praised Rush for supporting the renovations of a building belonging to the county health department. He described the project as an important contribution to making health services stronger in the area. Laila Apai, an officer with the organization, said Rush has been working in Yei since 2019. It has kept close cooperations with the Yei River County Health Department to carry out health programs. Fuel prices have disrupted efforts to rebuild schools in Morobo County, leaving many classrooms empty of furniture and pupils sitting on bare floors despite community contributions of local materials. Schools across the county were looted or wrecked during the national crisis of 2016. Desks, chairs, and other equipment were taken or destroyed. Years later, most of these buildings remain bare as local arrangements struggle to take hold against rising costs. Morobo County lies among the counties of Central Equatoria State battered by the recent conflict. The fighting caused loss of life, forced many from their homes, and left public infrastructure in ruins. Schools and health centers still lack basic services while authorities and partners work to restore them. During an unannounced stop at the Isebi Primary School in Lujule Payam, the commissioner was told by school leaders that the absence of furniture makes learning nearly impossible. Pupils continue to struggle without proper places to sit for lessons. The head teacher also pointed to a shortage of teaching staff and low staff morale. Parents are unable to pay fees agreed upon by the parent-teacher associations, money meant to cover administrative costs. Preparations are going on for a visit by the governor of Central Equatoria State to Yei River County, according to information from the office of the county commissioner, Honorable Samuel Henry Malimbo. Organizers said they are gathering resources and support to make sure the event is a success. The exact date of the visit has not yet been made publicly. A receptions committee has been formed to coordinate the visit of Governor Emmanuel Adil Anthony, which is expected later this month. The committee says it is focused on a proper receptions for the governor and his team. Organizers have brought together representatives from different South Sudanese communities and states who live in Yei River County. They say this shows the area's diverse populations and its commitment to unity. The receptions committee is led by the SPLM County Secretary, Les Satimon, who the county commissioner's office says is overseeing coordinations among all groups and community members taking part in the exercise. You are listening to Access Radio News. Free medical services were delivered to communities in Gorom during a 2-day outreach that ended on 26 June 2026. The outreach was organized by the South Sudan Doctors Union together with the Central Equatoria State Ministry of Health. Several patients with more serious conditions were referred to Juba Teaching Hospital for further specialized treatment. The chairperson of the South Sudan Doctors Union, Dr. Zakaria Peter Ajak, said the team had successfully provided medical care to local residents over the 2 days. He thanked the Minister of Health for Central Equatoria State, Joyce Bakwa Agole, for attending the closing event. State Minister Agole visited Gorom to inspect and officially close the outreach. She brought greetings from the governor of Central Equatoria State, Emmanuel Adil Anthony, and stated that she had been delegated by him to supervise the activity. The minister praised the Doctors Union for showing humanity and commitment in serving communities. She called for similar outreach services to be expanded to other parts of Central Equatoria State. In a separate meeting in Juba on 1st July 2026, Agole received a delegation from the United Nations Mission in South Sudan, UNMISS, to discuss strengthening partnerships and collaborations on health promotions and medication support within the state. 5 more political parties have been fully registered in South Sudan, bringing the total number of legally recognized parties in the country to 39. The Political Parties Council announced on 30 June 2026. The 5 newly cleared parties are the IO Party, formerly known as the Sudan People Liberations Movement in oppositions, the National Democratic Movement, the People's Liberty Party, the South Sudan National Movement for Change, and the Revive South Sudan Party. The council stated that all 5 entities met the required legal, financial, and regulatory benchmarks under the Political Parties Act after an exhaustive verification process. In its resolutions, the council formally recognized the renaming of the SPLM in opposition to the IO Party, a move now recorded in the official registry to establish a distinct legal identity ahead of the coming electoral cycle. In a related development, SPLM chairman Salva Kiir Mayardit has directed the party's Secretary General to recognize the ruling party in preparations for the upcoming elections. And in regional news, Tanzania has become the leading East African community country using the African Continental Free Trade Area trading arrangements, a development that highlights opportunities for South Sudan as it works toward full participation in the Continental Free Trade Agreement. According to an analysis of AFCFTA trade performance released on 30 June, Tanzania had issued 392 certificates of origin by June 2025, ranking first in the East African community and third across Africa. Tanzania's export traded under the AFCFTA reached US $3.9 billion, about 25.35 trillion South Sudanese pounds in 2024. South Africa ranked first on the continent by issuing 4,658 certificates of origin, followed by Egypt with 2,852. Within the East African Community, Kenya issued 112 certificates, while Rwanda issued 29. By June 2025, AFCFTA member states had issued a total of 8,563 certificates. The figures showed that East African Community countries are increasingly making use of the preferential tariff arrangements available under the AFCFTA. The findings were presented during a 3-day capacity building workshops for Tanzania's private sector organized by the East African Business Council in collaborations with the Tanzanian Private Sector Federations and supported by GIZ. And to end the news, here is the recap of the main stories once again. Yei Civil Hospital begins Ebola case management training. Youth program launch in Yei to curb gang activity. And fuel pinch keeps Morobo schools unfinished. For more news, log on to our website at www.radioyei.org. You can also follow us on Facebook at Access Radio 88.8 Yei. And if there is any news story you would like Access Radio to report, call or send us a WhatsApp message on +211 927 588 870. From me and the rest of the team, I have been Emmanuel Malis Richard. Thanks for listening.